Hey friends, how you doing? Welcome back to my channel. It is TheTranspondster, and guess what? We are playing The Sims and we are doing a limited pack build today. This is going to be a starter home as well. I do believe that I get 2 bedrooms in this starter home, so I was pretty happy to be able to do that. The master is on the back portion, and then there is a slightly smaller room on the front portion, and there is just 1 bathroom in this home. Because it is a starter, it gets a little bit more pricey when you get into more bathrooms and plumbing. So anyway, the limited packs, I can't remember them all off the top of my head. They will be listed 100% though in the description of the video, so if you wanted to read through what packs I do use, I tried to pick packs that I felt like people would likely check off their list sooner rather than later, or have maybe been free at some point in the past year or two. So I got Seasons and Get Together. I did the romantic garden stuff and the country kitchen kit. What else did I do? I think I picked Dream Home Decorator as well. So I didn't go too crazy. It is a very limited pack build, which kind of helps with the budget because there's less options to pick from. Though I feel like if you move 1 sim in here, your budget is very slim. I also didn't put all the furniture in this home. It is an empty house for my save file that I'm working on. So when it comes to doing those homes that don't actually have Sims living in them, I do the kitchen and the bathrooms. Anything that would kind of be in place in a home that you've just bought. You wouldn't typically have a couch and a bed ready for you. Maybe sometimes there's a deal with the previous owners, but I feel like that's more of the one-off kind of situation. So yeah, that's where we've based that on, because this is a somewhat realistic save file. We are also building in, gosh, I'm blanking, Newcrest. So it is a Louisiana styled build. This is kind of in a Baton Rouge, maybe neighborhood district. If you're familiar with that area, please don't judge me too harshly, but so far I seem to have pretty good feedback on any of my New Orleans styled builds, so I'm pretty happy with that, and I'm pretty content with my building skills for that style. I do want to throw out that I do remember to change the roof shade, because this base roof shade that they give us is god awful in a lot of the builds. Once you add wallpaper, it just looks so out of place. I had to make the back porch a little bit bigger in order to fit in a barbecue. That is going to be the one random piece of furniture left by the previous owners, I guess, because a barbecue is a little bit of a weird item to have just left behind for you. I also wasn't too intimidated by the landscaping in this build. I did have some trouble picking which texture I wanted the pathway to be, also how big I wanted the pathway to be in terms of wideness. The front garden is pretty minimal because it is a starter home. I didn't want anything too fancy that maybe misrepresented how much money the sim living here had, but I did take advantage of the debug menu, so we get some free shrubs and trees in on this lot, which is always a good secret tip, I guess, when it comes to building, especially starter homes, to save on your budget but still have a home that looks nice and blends in with the neighborhood. I also recommend when you're trying to make your lot blend in with its surroundings to sort by only the base game and whatever world you're in, whatever pack that comes from. So if you're in Sulani, sort by base game and island living and only use the debug plants that come with those packs. So yeah, little tip from Adriana over here. I don't know how good of a tip it is. I feel like that's kind of a common tip in the community, so I feel like it's not so much a tip rather than me just telling you something that you probably already know if you are a builder. At least in The Sims 4, I feel like building is pretty user friendly. Not insanely, but they do make it accessible to more simmers than they have in previous Sims games. I feel like the build tools have been something you've had to learn to finesse over the years of playing, but Sims 4 really made it into something that was easy to navigate. So that's something good about this game. I feel like it's so easy to focus on the negatives of the game, but yeah, I am part of the positive side of the community, I like to think, but I'm not perfect. I do have my complaints, that's for sure. I do think they could do a lot of things better. I always do the landscaping near the end, but I played it risky here because I still have the light fixtures and wallpapers, the whole interior to design still. So hopefully my terrain paint doesn't disappear when you download this from the gallery. I still don't really know if that bug or glitch has ever been fixed, but it is one that I've definitely had problems with when I download my own builds from the gallery. I am often missing the terrain paint and it drives me nuts because that's not always my favorite thing to do, so having to do it more than once, it's just frustrating. I do want to point out that the changing of the light color is not something in the base game. I'm using a mod to be able to do that. It is the tool mod by Twisted Mexis. So any of my build mods, for the most part, come from the same mod creator, Twisted Mexis. And then, of course, I use MCC, Master Command Cheat Center or something like that. I don't know what it actually stands for off the top of my head, but yeah, the basic mods in the community I have in my game, but I try and keep it pretty limited so that I don't have too much frustration with game updates. I was a little bit bummed when it came to doing the wallpapers in this home. I didn't play around with it too much. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting bored of the wallpapers in the game, and I'm so refreshed to have new ones to pick from with all the latest game DLC that's been coming our way. They've been kind of trickling in some more basic home decor furnishings, so that's definitely been nice to have added in, and I felt like I was lacking in this limited pack build. I don't do limited pack builds often. I never do them for my own gameplay. This is more something focused on you guys that might want to download this. I'm making it more user friendly for those that might not have all the packs, because it is 100% a luxury to be able to have all the packs, and that is something that I've kind of prioritized when it comes to my hobbies. Like, that's where I'd rather put my money to spend my free time. I don't go out on the town much. I am a very homebody type person, so I am able to do this now that I'm an adult and maybe not always the most responsible one. But yeah, I picked blinds for that back window because that is going to be the kitchen, and I was very happy I chose to use Dream Home Decorator because obviously the counters in that pack are one of the better counters that we have in the game. I just talked about the blinds, but I swap them out because they ended up being too long. That's kind of funny. But yeah, I almost throw a garbage in. Maybe I leave the garbage. I might delete the garbage because I decided that you guys can put the garbage in if you so wish to live here. But I am kind enough to give you an outdoor bin and a mailbox. Yep, there it is. So yeah, this house is move-in ready. I would suggest probably moving in here with 2 Sims so that you can be able to afford to buy a bed and maybe a sofa, because right now, if you moved a single Sim in, I don't think you could afford either, but at least you could shower and eat and take a nap on the floor, or maybe a park bench, whatever you can find. So sorry, it is a limited pack starter build, but what you didn't know was it was limited in your budget when you move in too. So anyways, here are the screenshots, walkthrough video, whatever you want to call it. I am going to say goodbye. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Please, it shows your support. It helps me out in the algorithm. It helps me get more subscribers, more views coming my way, which is ultimately my goal here. So while I have fun releasing content for you, I do want to make it worth my while in the end game. So yeah, thank you. Bye guys. Have a wonderful day.